I'm about halfway done building a nice shelf for my minivan camper, and now that I know that it will most likely work, I wanted to stop and film the rest of my journey. That way, if you're working on a similar project or you just want some ideas for your minivan camper, then this might be something that can help you out. And so this is currently where I'm at. I started with a single sheet of poplar, I think, or pine, 9¼ inches deep and just about 1 inch thick. This board overall was 8 feet long, and as I started my project, I wasn't sure if one board was going to be enough, but now that I'm getting close to the end, this one board, it was essentially the perfect size to fit where I'm going to put it in my minivan. And now to show you kind of how it started, I wanted this board, and I've got to make sure I get it in here the right way. I wanted this board essentially to sit more or less like this, so I could put maybe my fridge or some of my appliances right here and my fridge over there. I haven't really decided what the final footprint is going to look like, but this is basically where I'm at right now. I will show you guys in just a second how I built this thing, but the next thing I want to decide is how high do I want this shelf so that I can fit my fridge over there and fit my coffee maker and my microwave right here. And my main constraint with this setup is when I put my fridge in there, will I be able to swing the door open, get what I need out of the inside? And then if I want to store anything underneath, how will I be able to reach those things under there? Additionally, I did try to cut this wood as close to the width of the bed as possible. When I get everything finished, I'm going to use my router, go around and just try to route a smooth finish around these edges. I'm not sure how good it'll work with this wood, but I am definitely going to at least try to do it. Something else I really want to do is round this edge, maybe give it a little bit of a circle. That way when I'm getting in, I don't scuff my shin or hit my shin on this board as I'm getting in or out of the vehicle. One of the main themes of my channel has been to do no build minivan camper conversion, and the main reason that I stick with that theme is because I want to be able to put my van together in a camping configuration, go out, go camping, and then when I'm done, I want to be able to reset it if necessary back to a transportation vehicle for my family. However, as I've gone more and more down the rabbit hole of minivan camping, I've decided that those little shoe racks and things like that I normally put here are just simply not going to work for me. So in my last build, I had a shoe rack that I either got from Target or Walmart. That thing fit here perfectly, but those shoe racks just are not very sturdy. And so occasionally I would like lean on it or push on it, and I would actually feel it flexing under the pressure of my weight as I'm getting in and out of the vehicle. And so I don't want something that's going to flex and move around. I want anything in the van, at least for this build, to be very solid. That way, if I'm out tramping around through the woods, I don't have to worry about stuff banging around and falling apart. Another problem with my prior build is that the shoe rack was only about 11 inches wide. As I have this thing set up right now, it is 13 inches wide. So I will be able to store a little bit more on this device, because there's also this curvature of the chair that I have to worry about. On top of that, these shoe racks were so narrow that I had to use a bungee cord to wrap it around the seat, one wrap, and hook into the rack so that if I, for some reason, accelerated a little more aggressively, that all of my stuff wouldn't just simply fall over and fall backwards. And that did happen to be on a few occasions in the prior build. I did get all of the supplies for this from Lowe's. I actually got those originally to make the bed of my minivan camper, but you can see here, this is a 1/2 inch thick, 3 inches wide, and it was 4 feet deep. This was maybe about $4 or $5, but I have 3 of these cross members, all from that same piece of wood. And from that original piece of board, that's all that's remaining. So everything here worked out perfectly with the length of the board and the length of this board as well. The only thing that I haven't done yet is build legs, which let me know in the comments if you think this is the right piece of board or not. But this is essentially a 2x4 stud that I believe is 8, or maybe I even chose 6. Now that's definitely 8 inches tall. And then in true Adventure Gear TV fashion, I use these are the screws that come with picture frames and things like that. These are not anything specific that I bought. They are just actually a bunch of screws that I had laying down. So they're not even matched up or anything like that. The depth of the two boards together is about 1.25 inches. And then those screws are about 7/8 of an inch. The thinner poplar board, as I said earlier, was 1/2 inch deep. So I'm only biting into the top or the surface when you flip this over by about maybe 1/4 inch. And you might be thinking that 1/4 inch is not deep enough to maintain a good seal. But I do want to point out that I use wood glue on all of the joints. So everywhere where you see wood on wood contact, I've got a pretty generous amount of wood glue. In fact, I had so much that I had to go with a sponge and wipe off the excess after I was done. Now my mock-up boxes here are just over and almost, depending on how you look at it, 14 inches tall. I think 14 inches is going to be just a little too tall for me. So I'm going to put the board back in here. I'm going to get that fridge and I want to see, does my fridge fit where I want it to be? I chose this Iceco VBL20 mini fridge for this video, and I did reach out to Iceco and ask them to send it to me for this minivan camper build. And I chose this fridge for 2 reasons in particular. And number one was because it's not very large. It is a, let's see, just about 11.5 inches tall, 14 inches deep at its deepest, and just about 25 inches wide. At its widest point, it does have this lip and a similar lip on the bottom that go all the way around. And the second and much more important reason that I chose this mini fridge is that this thing is ultra efficient. The VBL20 uses about half of the power as my prior Iceco VL60. Now with that lower energy consumption, I do lose a lot of the space that I had in that VL60. I think it does equate to 60 quarts in the prior fridge, and now I'm limited to 20 quarts in the new fridge. But with that prior fridge, I frequently found myself using all the extra space to store water, and then the water would help kind of keep that temperature steady, trying to make the fridge more energy efficient. So my hope here is that I can store much less food. For example, all the food that I would need for maybe 2 or 3 days of camping, and not need to store all of that extra water in here. But now that I say that, I do think that it is valuable to have extra water. So I'll probably store extra water anyway, just not in my mini fridge. All right, so 14 inches is a little too high. If you can see here, the fridge leans up against the top of the chair here, and I have all that unused space right there. So I think I'm gonna try to lower it to about 10 inches. You can definitely see that problem much better from this size. The fridge rests right there. Now, if I lean my fridge or my chair forward a little bit, it wouldn't be so bad, but I have my chair ideally where I want it. Now, I've also considered pulling the fridge, maybe putting it here, and that might not be such a bad idea. I could even put it further back like that. But the main reason I haven't done this in the past is I want my cooking utensils right here. That way when I'm cooking, I can be in this little area nice and comfortable, sitting in the chair behind me, and I don't have to worry about going outside of the vehicle if I'm trying to be stealth. If I lower this fridge just about 2 more inches, it will clear this hump right here. I'm not worried about the door opening because it does have kind of a curvature to it, and so it will clear and I'll be able to get it open. So what I want to try to do now is lower this. I think I measured that at about 14 inches. Let me try to go down to even something like 10. 10 would be also a perfect height because I would still be able to put maybe some small crates or something under there. And in fact, one option that I'm thinking of now that I have all this together will be to simply put 2 crates under here. That way I have this platform supported by something level, and then I wouldn't really have to worry about making feet in the long run anyway. Well, it's my lucky day, and I happen to have these boards that are 9.5 inches deep. So when I match them with that other base that's a 1/2 inch deep, then I will have that full 10 inches. Let's check it out. All right, so let's see, will this fit in there? And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but this fridge right here is not very heavy at all. And so that is essentially a perfect fit. And now what I need to know is, can I open the fridge without too much interference from the bed or the chair? It's a little tight, but if I pull it forward, oh, that's a soft closed lid right there. That's nice. So this is a great time to bring up one of the things that annoys me the most about almost every mini fridge that I have, is that the lid is essentially on a standard hinge with like maybe a chain or something that holds it from overextending. But in this case, a lot of thought was put into the design of the hinges for this Iceco VBL20. Now I'm sitting in the van. This is where I sit most of the time if I don't have anything going on, maybe read a book or work on my laptop. And from this angle, there is really quite a bit of room. I've got the fridge over there. I actually have room here for something, which I normally can never use this space. And then I have this space right here to put maybe my coffee maker, microwave, hot plate, things like that. So to measure my boards, I am gonna just rip out some 10-inch segments off of this right here. 10 inches should be fine. And that will give me plenty of room underneath to maybe store something very small under there. The other thing I want to mention is, hey, I'm not a carpenter. This is really in my life my first true woodworking project. The good thing about the floor is it's not level. It's also not solid. Between the imperfections of my cuts and the carpeting of that floor in there, it should lay pretty stable on the floor. All right, guys, so there you have it. And I almost forgot to mention before I started, of course, I am concerned with safety. So I went ahead and put on some iPro. Now there are a little bit of imperfections in these. They're as good as they're gonna get for my skill level at this time. So now what I wanna do is just mock up, where do I think I want these boards? I'll go ahead and put them in there. So there's one there. As it sits right now, I've got 1, 2, 3 in the back there, 4, 5 legs. This is the only one that's almost about a half, maybe an inch, that's too short. I can cut one of these maybe just about a ½ inch taller, just so it has contact here. And then with that ½ inch taller one, I can put this one in that back corner back there. But before I get to cutting that one, let me go ahead and just set this back here and see, will it even fit in here? Let's see. So that one fits there perfectly. And then now I really just need something in this corner right here. So although my skills with woodworking aren't exactly what I would want them to be if I was doing this as a professional, I feel like I'm at least gonna get a decent shelving system out of this build so far. You guys have heard the old adage, measure twice, cut once. Luckily I have this much more space to make mistakes. So I'm essentially going to cut this maybe about that much longer and put that in that spot that didn't work previously. And since I'm an absolute pro, I'm going to go ahead and just give myself kind of a goal right there. And that might actually be a little too tall. Let's just double check here. Oh yeah, it's definitely too tall right here. So yes, I did draw 3 lines, but the one that I want is going to be that one right there. It's absolutely a little too high, but I think everything is just gonna work just like that. And in fact, this is the part where I'm gonna put the most pressure getting in and out. And so I'm happy with that. I've got all of the feet labeled. I went ahead and marked where I wanted the feet with wood. And now I have to figure out how I want to, or how I'm gonna be able to mount the feet to the table. And once I get that done, in my next video, I will share with you guys all of my kitchen utensils for my minivan camper. So if you have any ideas on how to mount those feet, let me know. Or if you have any ideas for how the rest of the build should go, let me know those in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed my video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next adventure.